said my wife was more into the flowers and plants this year in the garden instead of the food garden. And I did plant some things late because I lost my seeds and I really didn't put much effort, just planted them and made a chart of where I put everything, marked them with little rocks next to it. But see, that's a nice looking plant that she put in. But she really, this is where she spent a lot of her energies in this thing. And she also, I read an article about frogs and how they were good for the, how they were good for eating, don't eat the lily pads. How the frogs were good for eating the insects that were bad for the garden. So even though we didn't have a garden, look, he doesn't know what that is. He thinks it's an animal, but it's just a plant. What's the matter? Anyway, we put these rocks here so the frogs can get in and out, because first off, the water was really low. It was about halfway down. My wife, before she put the lily pads in, decided to take the leaves out of the bottom, and so she pulled the buckets of water out, and then it got, halfway filled. I think the frogs couldn't get in and out, and I saw a frog kind of floating. So it became obvious to us that the frogs can get in, but we have to make sure they have a way to get out. So she put that rock there so they can get to the edge. And then the lily pads, I guess a frog, if they can even sit on that, I don't know. That could give them enough until they finally can figure out to get to the rock to get out, because they can't stay in the water all the time. Now, that said, I was sent a video of a frog, which turned out to be a toad to my nephew, great nephew. Oh look, there's some bubbles. Maybe something's in there. Anyway, and he corrected me and said the picture I sent was a toad. So when I say frog, it could be talking about a toad, and I don't really care. Unless they tell me that they prefer to be called toad or frog, I'm not gonna really care. And anyway. And then we get these things which squirt water when the sun gets on them. So anyway, that's the quote frog pond. And I'm gonna get another one of these kidney-shaped things and put it over there and just set it up with some nice rocks and things so that Gus can get in it. This used to be his little pond to get in and walk, but we're not letting him obviously get in there and tear up all the plants. He's not really trying to get in it either. But that one weird plant in the middle there, sticking out like a curled leaf, seems to be freaking him out. It could be Gus, it's a snake. Careful, it's a snake. He loves the water, so I want to get I want to put something there, and I'm gonna just let him get in there and have fun. I'll put a few rocks on the edges so the frogs can get in and out. Maybe I'll even put in a plant. Probably not, because I think he'll step on it. And I will allow him to get in it. But now Gus is not allowed in the pond because we're not going to destroy the plants that my wife put in there. Come on, Tobes. And that's the dog walk pond update.